Yo, what's up everyone? Yo, what's up here? Back with another video, and today I'm going to be breaking down and going over all the multiplayer ranked maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm going to be going full tier list, S to D, on which maps I think are the best, which maps I think are the worst, and why I think that is for each of the maps. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Alright, let's get into the tier list. Alrighty, so we're getting into this tier list now. I have all of the maps. We're going to be going over not just like Hardpoint or Search, but if they had multiple game modes, we're going to be going over all of them. So the first one up is Barrage. Barrage, I believe, only had Control and Hardpoint for it. It never got Search added to it. And it was only in ranked for a very limited time. I believe it was only really a test map. It wasn't even really a full actual ranked game mode like map. They never really fully added in for an extended period of time. But it was still a ranked game mode, or map, sorry. So I'm going to include it in this tier list. I'm going to put it at low-key D. I'm going to be honest. It was a pretty shit map. Control was awful. You kind of got spawn trapped to all hell. And Hardpoint was pretty bad too on two of the hills. Mainly just the one though. I believe it was P4. Or no, yeah, P4. P4 was terrible. If you were in the back, you guaranteed spawn. It was so easy to hold. And you kind of just got lucky on it sometimes. Like you would just completely like flip into it or flip out of it. It was kind of pointless to like play that map. It was actually not great. It was not a bad map, but it wasn't good either. And I think Control really just tanked it down. Like Control made that map awful. Like if I saw Control on that game mode or on that map, I'd never picked it. It was an auto veto for sure. Next we have up is Bounty. Bounty is a similar kind of like map where it wasn't in permanently. It was more of just a test run type of map. And I believe it was only Hardpoint and Search. I never really got many searches on it. Most people kind of vetoed it for Search when it was an option. And Hardpoint was a pretty much just a bang out map. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't very good either. It was probably just a little bit. It's a little bit above Barrage, to be honest. It's good. It's not good, but it's not as bad as Barrage. Search was okay. The one bomb site was like right in middle, and the other one was kind of like back tucked away in that one room. And it wasn't awful in Search, actually. It was probably better in Search than Hardpoint. But Hardpoint was just such a bang out, and you had the glass all on the one side where it was like, if you got shot or a grenade landed there, it was pretty screwed for you. So I'm going to keep it as that. Next up, we have Protocol. Protocol is actually one of my favorite maps in the game right now, I feel like. They did take out Hardpoint of it, but it did have Hardpoint in, so I'm going to include Hardpoint in the ranking. Protocol has had all three game modes. Control, it's actually probably the second best or best Control map right now. It's definitely better than Vault in the current ranked meta or like system. In Vault, you spawn in really bad spots. Back P4. Protocol, you can get spawn trapped on both ends, so it's actually kind of balanced in that fact. I kind of like that both teams can spawn trap, not just one team, and it's not just like one side heavily favored over the other. They kind of added some changes to it and made it a lot better. Search at the beginning of the year was very A heavy, but now it's definitely been a little bit more like there's a lot more you can do with it. You can go B through mid, you can go B through A through outer, P2, you can go A through elevator still. Like there's a lot of plays you can make on Protocol. And then Hardpoint they did take out, but Hardpoint wasn't awful. P4 was a little bit mixed, you know, little in the bottom area on A-bomb, but it was still a good map. Like P2 was pretty good, P1 was pretty good, P3 was kind of a bang out, and then P4 down underneath was, you know, whoever got there first. But people did start to figure out how to break it, as they always do. But when the game first started, it was pretty much, if you got in there, watched elevator and spiral, and then watch big door, it was pretty easy to hold. It still would be that way probably, but like it wasn't awful. I'm gonna put Protocol as, I'm gonna put it A for now. It could definitely change, but for now it's gonna be A tier. Fringe just got added, and it's definitely one of the better maps they've added. I would say it's probably a pretty prominent map now. It's been in for a while and they haven't taken it out. It is only Search and Hardpoint in Search and Hardpoint. It's okay. It's definitely better in Hardpoint than Search. I don't really love the bomb sites in Search, but there's really nowhere else you could put them in Search in that map. So they're back red and then in bar. I would say Hardpoint's pretty good. It plays more like a traditional Hardpoint map. If you rotate, hold spawns, you're going to have an easy time on that map. If you don't, you're going to have a pretty awful time trying to break because there are a lot of power positions on that map that are so easy to hold. You know, P1's kind of a mixy, kind of split the time. P2, if you're there early, and no matter what side they're spawning from, if you just hold down your side, you're probably set. And then if you can flip them out and go back through 10 and get to P3, same thing. You can chain a P2 to P3 pretty easy. You're going to get like at least 100 seconds probably on that. And then P4 on train, kind of a mixy one. Definitely gets a little weird. It was definitely better when you had jetpacks. That map was designed for jetpacks, so I could definitely understand. Even P2 would definitely be easier to break with jetpacks. Same thing with probably P3. You could probably get in the back a little bit easier with jetpacks. But it doesn't have jetpacks anymore. So we're now in a non-jetpackless Fringe. And I would say Fringe probably B tier. I would say Surge isn't great, but it's still a good map. It's definitely a more old school style map. And I think for now it's B tier. It can always move up. It might be bottom A. It's pretty high B tier, to be honest, for me. Then we have Grind. Grind was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle map that they brought out, and then it became a ranked map, which I was shocked about. I think it only had Hardpoint in ranked. It never got a Search, either that or I never played Search on it. It might have had a Search, but I don't remember playing Search on it ever. So for Grind, Hardpoint, it was okay. P1 was meh. P2 was pretty bang out too. Even P3 in the half pipe, and then P4 was pretty easy to lock down. And then P5 or P1 again. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a great map. It's definitely better than Bounty and Barrage. I would say it's either top D or bottom C. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It wasn't a great map, to be honest. It's pretty shit, but it was okay. It definitely should not have stayed in the competitive pool. Then we have Dealership. Dealership is actually a good map. At first, I was like, they are faded. There are so many cars, they're going to blow up, and they still do, but it felt like it was going to be worse. They did initially have it as Hardpoint, but that was short-lived, so I don't want to keep too much. Like, I know a Protocol I talked about Hardpoint is not in, but Protocol Hardpoint was a pretty prominent game mode on Protocol. Like, Hardpoint was there for a while. Where Dealership, it was kind of there for like a week or two, I think. Like, it wasn't even in the map for that long. It basically became a Search map almost instantaneously. So I'm gonna put more emphasis on Search than Hardpoint, just because it's like 90-10 of how much Search it is. And it's a pretty good Search map. The pros like it. I like it. It's kind of a bang out, and at first I was a little everyone hit mid and it was kind of meh, or you'd hit A, but now you can play a little more slow and methodical, and it's definitely a pretty good map. I always tend to do okay on it, so I might have some personal bias that I've always had some good maps on it, but I think I'm going to put it right below Fringe. I think Fringe is definitely a better map, better Hardpoint for sure. You know, Bounties or Dealership Hardpoint was pretty awful, basically just a bang out. And Search-wise, the Dealership is definitely a better Search map, but as a Hardpoint person, Fringe is a better map. And I think it just plays better. But Dealership's a pretty good map, actually. It might be it's pretty close to Fringe. I would say they're probably like flip-flop. You can interchange them. It's a pretty good map that they added. That's one of the good maps they added this year. I'm going to save Hacienda for last. I'm going to go with Rewind next, actually. So, move it to the front. Rewind, at the beginning of the year, I despised. It was our auto veto. It had control. It had search. It had hardpoint. Did not like it one bit. It was a big map that you spawned in Narnia for. I still do not love Rewind, but it is not the worst map in the game. Search is actually pretty good on Rewind. It plays all right. If you play it slow with ARs, you can play methodical. You can bang out with subs on B or A. Like, there's definitely a lot of, things you can do on Rewind. Hardpoint is not bad, except for P4. P4 might be the worst hill that they have ever added on a map. And there's going to be another map that I'm going to talk about P4 in a second that is just as bad. But P4 on Rewind is insane. You can be in the back, blocking, doing everything right for Call of Duty standpoint of getting spawns. You could be there early. You could be watching everything. And then boom, you're spawning back P2 all the way across the map. But it goes both ways. You can get some lucky ass spawns sometimes too for your team. You kill one kid and boom, all three of your boys spawn right next to you. And you're like, holy shit, we spawned in for P4. Which I don't think should be the case. I think the spawns on that map are so bad and so fluky that, like, it's kind of insane. I remember watching Optic, I think it was in Champs. I think it wasn't a bad spawn. Like, it wasn't like an outrageous, oh my god, they got blessed. It was just like, I think Hook spawned back Burger on P1, and he just flanked back through the back through P2. It's like, yeah, that's not a bad spawn, but every other person on Optic was spawning out. So it was weird that Hook got a good spawn. And you could say, oh, Vancouver didn't block. But it's happened so many times where it's like, both me and my teammate are in the back, and they're still spawning there somehow. And it's like, it doesn't make sense how some of the spawns work on that map. And there's some times where you get put so far away from hills on that map. Like, it's insane. You're running. By the time you get there, you've lost 20 seconds. You haven't even gotten in a fight, and you're in 20 seconds. Like, or by the time you get to the hill, it's like 30 seconds, it's gone. At that point, I might as well not even try to go again if it's 30 seconds left on the hard point. I'm basically hitting old at that point. So, Hardpoint, not my favorite. Search is pretty good. And then Control, it's okay. It's not, it might be the worst. It's the worst Control map, actually. I don't know why I'm trying to defend it. Rewind, because of Search, it's going to go bottom of C. Search really kind of carries it. And Hardpoint's not awful. It's a pretty straightforward map of, like, how to play it. But the spawns are a little annoying. For that reason, I'm not going to put it higher. But it's not bad. I'm going to go Rewind next, actually. I was going to do Vault, but I'm going to do Rewind. Not Rewind, sorry, Red Card. Oops, Red Card. Red Card at the beginning of the year, everyone hated. It was the auto veto in Hardpoint all the time. Not even Hardpoint, it was the auto veto in every single game mode. Like, it was insane. Only Search and Hardpoint for Red Card. But it was the auto veto. Then the pros started playing, and I think people started realizing, like, oh, it's not as bad as we thought it was. And I was one of those people. Like, my brother was like, let's start playing it. And we started frying on it because, like, no one else wanted to play it. So anytime we got it, we were, like, the only ones that knew how to play it. And now people will play it, and, like, they're pretty good. But Red Card is a lot of fun. Red Card, Hardpoint, and Search is really good. Like, I know people are probably going to think I'm insane for that, but Red Card, Hardpoint, and Search is so much fun. You get into so many fights on Red Card, especially for Hardpoint. Because the hills are so far away, and a lot of them are like mixy hills, it is insane. I do not finish that map without at least like 40, like at least like 60 plus engagements. Most of the time, I'm getting like 40, 50 kills on that map. It is so much fun. And yeah, people say, oh, the like verticality, you can't use a sub. I use a sub on that map all the time. I fry all the time with a sub. If you just know how to take your routes and get good timings on that map, you can fry. And you can pick up both guns. If you kill an AR, pick up that AR too. Fry from deep, hit the cuts with the sub, cut them off, boom. It's awesome. That map is such a bang out map, but it's such a structured bang out map where if you play for spawns, play for certain power positions, your team's going to have a way better time. And I think a lot of people just didn't want to learn it, but that map is a lot of fun. And I'm so glad we learned that map because that map, for me, is top of A. That's the third best map in the game this year, for sure. There is no doubt in my mind that Red Card is the third best map in the game. That map is so much fun. Like, it is unbelievable how much fun. It's close to S, but it's not S. Search is good, though. Definitely good. It has a lot of, for me, the big thing on Search is variability. Your ability to, like, do multiple things. It's not just simple, straightforward, you got to go to this bomb site, or you have like 2 plays at each bomb site. There is so much you could do on red card with the bomb. You could go outer A through stage. You could run sidewalk through stage. You can run through mid. You could go through ticket to B. You go outer stadium to B. Like, there's 5 different lanes on that map. But you could also vary all that. You could hit through mid, hit sidewalk, go to A. You could start outer. Oh, shit, they're hard countering. Let's wrap back to B. Or start B, get one. Okay, let's bait them out now. Let's go back. Let's hit through mid to A. Or hit through mid to B. Like, there's so much you could do on that map. It's actually insane. And I love the Hardpoint now. I know Stage Hill's a little if they get there early. But you can wall bang it. So, actually, it's not that bad. I think at first it was like, I've hit a lot more wallbang kills on people into that stage now than ever before when it first came out. And it's now easier to break. You just got to hit it as a team and kill the kids off mid and then just collapse on hill. And you can kind of break it pretty easy, actually. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. Moving on, I'm going to go to Skyline next. Skyline is a really good map. It is only, well, it was search, but now it is only hardpoint. They did take out the search, sorry. It was not a good search map at all. It might have been the worst search map, one of the worst search maps in the game. It was just a bang out. Like, you banged 4 hit A or like 3 hit A. Someone hit back steps. Someone hit top plat on the other team, like top rail steps or something like that. And it was just complete bang out. Like, kind of play slow, but like most of the time the rounds ended pretty quick, or at least trades happened. Like, first bloods were happening super instantaneously. You know, you could hit underneath, but after a while, they're probably watching the underneath route. And if someone goes rail steps, they're watching the cross from plat across catwalk. So it's not a great search map. But again, it was similar to, like, not as bad as dealership with Hardpoint, but search wasn't as long. I think it was just season 1 that search was in for Skyline. So they did take it out pretty quickly for Skyline search. But it still was a thing, and it wasn't very good. I did not really like Skyline Search. A lot of the time we'd use it as like, do we want to play Search? Not really. All right, let's play Skyline. It'll be a bang out at least, and we'll just kind of get on with the day. It actually wasn't the worst Search, but it was not great. Hardpoint map, one of my favorites. Might be my second favorite Hardpoint map of the year. So good. Absolute bang out. Similar to Red Card, you're getting in a lot of engagements. Gonna be a ton of fun. My one friend hates it, but I love that map. I've learned all the routes. I can play both guns on that map. I play an AR for P1 and like P3, and then I'm running the sub P2, P4. I can run the sub all the game. I can run the AR all the game. It has such versatility with weapons and how you play it. Like, it's just a lot of fun. It's a complete bang out. Sometimes you're in the blender. Sometimes you're putting the other team in the blender. Sometimes it's just I've had so many 250 to like 245s on that map. It's actually insane. That map is so much fun, and it's always intense. I really enjoy it. That is going to be the first S tier map of the year. And you could say, oh, none of these maps are S tier. We're going off this year's maps. We're not comparing them to past maps. You know, last year's game had a lot of great maps. MW3 had really good maps near the end of the year. But we're not in MW3. We're in Black Ops 6. So we're comparing the Black Ops 6 maps to Black Ops 6 maps and which one's the best. Next is Vault. Vault's a piece of shit. I'm going to be honest. I hate Vault. Vault might be the worst map they've ever had. This map sucks so bad. It is not the worst hardpoint map, but Control, Now, and Search are awful. Search might have been the worst search map they've ever created. It was very rare anyone would be on Search in that map. And yeah, people started doing it near the end, but there were so many times that I played Search and Destroy on Vault where 11 rounds in a row, both teams went to A bomb site, through pool or mid, and planted bomb. And it was always an offensive win. It was almost impossible to break that shit. All you had to do was send someone outer pool, 2 people in the vault, someone near vault doors, like the double doors on B control side, and just hold that shit. And it was so simple. Like, it was the worst search map. Control, they have absolutely fucked completely in that map. Defense used to be easy. Like, actually, they flip-flopped it. Defense used to be overpowered on that map based on how you spawned. It was almost impossible to get B. You had to get top art, and even if you got top art, they spawned so close to the hill that, like, if you 4-deaded them, they were almost instantaneously back, unless you blocked the shit out of spawns. Now they've done like the opposite. it is hard as shit to stop them from. It's not hard as shit, actually. I should not say that because it is still easy to spawn trap them. But if you get 4 deaded, you spawn like back P4, you are screwed. You, not even 4 deaded, you get 2 kills. Like, it's pretty easy to get kills now. If you get 2 clean, like a 2-piece, and there's 2 up, you could lose one of your teammates and trade the other 2. And now you're up like 4-3 or whatever, like 4-1 kill trade, even 4-2 kill trade. You're still capping a point probably by the time they get back, because they just spawn. You just spawn so far, and like you're coming through cat or lion, like you're just kind of in a bad spot. And then they can just transition to B so easy. You get one nice wave and you're on B point like that. Like it's simple as that. And then Hardpoint isn't the worst. P4 is pretty bad. You know. P1's pretty good, it's bang out. P2, you can hold it if you're good, but you can break it too. It's definitely breakable. P3 is kind of just a mixy like cluster. You know, people sit double doors. People, you know, shimmy the pillars, stuff like that. Play top ammo, stretch the map. Someone top ammo, someone top art. 2 people, 1 person mid and 1 person on time or outer planners. There's a lot of steps you could do on Vault. Then P4. If you row, it's good, but if you don't, like if you get spawned out and you're stuck, like it is hard as hell to break that hill. All you have to do is hit top art, statue, top above, or like outer side, like side next to flip, not flip car, but like the Jeep, and then 1 person on time. Like the setups on that hill are one of the most straightforward setups in the world, and it's one of the easiest hills to just hold. Like it's not that bad. You just watch each other's crosses and just shoot your gun. Like just 3-4 ARs and you're chilling. Even 2 subs and you still like just have a sub roam front line outer, you know, rugs area and you're fine. But I do not like Vault. I don't think it's the worst. For me, it's not C. Oh, you know what? Nah, it's top of C. It could be bottom of B, but it's top of C. You know what? Nah, I'm going to put it bottom B. It's good. It's not terrible, actually. Because Control wasn't the worst one, but... And Hardpoint hasn't been awful, but Search was terrible, which... kind of why I want to break it down to C. And Control now is really bad, too, which is why another reason I want to break it. You know what? I have too much hate for this map right now. As personal bias, I'm putting it C. And the best for last, Hacienda. The saving grace of this year's COD maps. I don't know what we would do without this map. This map is so good. It's got all the game modes. They're all pretty good. I guess Control, you could say, might be the worst one, but that's just because Control is kind of ass. Search, very versatile. You can do a lot with Search in that map. You can hit through A, through Arch. You can hit through B, Lambo. You can hit mid, and you can go A or B. You can hit bottom. Defense, same thing. There's a lot of versatility in how you hold it. That map is really good on Search. Control is not the worst map on Control. I've had a lot of bang outs on that map. I've had a lot of sweeps. I've gotten spawn trapped to hell. It goes both ways on the map, and I like that. It's not terrible. And Hardpoint, it's the best Hardpoint map in the game. It's the most Call of Duty based map, but also Black Ops 6 style, where Black Ops 6 is a very bang out heavy game. You hit hill, bang hill, all that sort of stuff. But Hacienda still has that you got to rotate early or you're going to be put in the blender type of aspect. And not a lot of these maps have that. There's a lot of maps that they've added with Hardpoint where you don't necessarily have to rotate for some hills. You can kind of just wait on old and just bang front and you'll break it instantly because it's such a bang out. But P1's probably, P1 and P3 are pretty bang out, but even P3, you can hold P3 pretty good. You can get a pretty solid chain from P2, P3, P4, like pretty good. You can get a lot of time. P4 and P2 especially, you can get a lot of time. But if you know what you're doing, you can get a good chain on those 3 hills. P1, it'd be hard to get a lot of time, but it's doable as well. But it's still definitely more of a mixy hill. But this is the best map in the game. All the game modes are good. So much like versatility. I've played this map so many times this year. It's definitely just the best map in the game. I think it's phenomenal. I don't know how else you could say it. It's just, it's good. It really is. I don't really see people veto it often. I think the biggest reason I veto it so much is because I've played it so much at this point. And I'm like, I just need to have some like different, like, you know, see some different things in my life. Um, but yeah, that's definitely the best map. All right, and that's my tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you guys enjoy this year's rank maps, or were you kind of lackluster on them like a lot of people were? Let me know which one was your favorite, which one was your least favorite. If you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you miss any of my next videos. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.